This is step 2 of the unbelievably easy way to evolve. Now, I hope you did step 1 because it's just going to make this part more meaningful. Every morning I channel, and this morning I had a message from the goddess Hathor, she of 1,000 voices, who I call the goddess of wisdom, prophecy, and really great with your multi-dimensional selves. By the way, if you haven't read this book yet, let me hold it up better. The Sophia Code. I highly recommend that you get it. Anyway, Hathor came through and she gave me a message about your multidimensional selves, because you are existing, yes, as your human self here, and maybe in many different incarnations, part of you is still on the other side. But there is great power and evolutionary leap forward when you realize that you can call them to you. And so I'm going to guide you in a meditation after I read you this message from Hathor. And we're just going to do it. So, here's what she said. Call your multidimensional selves to you and extend love, forgiveness, and tenderness. Now, when I read that word tenderness, it just makes me want to melt. Because what's better than tenderness? It's what every soul yearns for, I believe. We want to be able to be tender, vulnerable with others, and we want that tenderness given back to us in return. Let me continue with the message. I wrote it down. I write it down every morning. Accept tenderness from them. Tell them you need their tenderness, and send that tenderness collectively to your oversoul. Your oversoul is the big oversoul who's guiding and guarding your multidimensional existences in each incarnation. It is indeed ecstasy when your oversoul receives your intent of tenderness. It's a sure sign of evolution that you recognize your multidimensional incarnations and that you call them to you and you conjoin with them for the purpose of expressing tenderness one to another. Now, I've taught lots of classes before about quantum jumping. I studied with Bert Goldman, where we go into an alternate universe and get advice. However, our intent is simply to express and receive tenderness. Is that not the sweetest thing ever? So, a little bit more that Hathor said to me. Each multidimensional part of you has a higher self. There is only one oversoul in conjoining and creating and activating the electrons that form each incarnation. And again, you can always ask for as much Holy Spirit light as you desire. So let us go now into the meditation to do this, what Hathor suggested. So close your eyes. And I am on my back porch. You may hear some noises. But as you close your eyes and relax, feel the tenderness that my heart has for you. It's so good to just allow tenderness, isn't it? Some of you did not have a tender mothering experience. Just allow yourself to feel what it's like to feel tenderness extended towards you. And relaxing your whole being and knowing that you're protected. And ask even more Holy Spirit light to fill my being now. I ask my higher self to guide this meditation. And regardless of my human understanding, I call all the incarnations of my oversoul to me now. And just imagine that all these beings are gathering around. You can imagine them in spheres of light or whatever form. It doesn't matter if you can really see it, but according to the Egyptian law of Ren, when you call a soul, they have to come. And so imagine that you're surrounded by all these incarnations of your oversoul, parts of you, your multidimensional selves. And imagine that, some of them are probably lower on the evolutionary scope or in a different space, let's say. Some may be in a more higher vibration, but let's just extend love and forgiveness. Let's absolve them. From our Holy Spirit within, I absolve you of all that you feel you've done wrong in your incarnation. And I extend tenderness to you. I need your tenderness in return. I need that tenderness and understanding of my multidimensional selves. Just feel that sweetness. The seagulls are singing. Feel that sweetness of that collective tenderness. And then just imagine that tenderness going up and out from all of us to our oversoul, who activated the electrons that formed our existence. And imagine that choirs of high beings are singing, because this is an evolutionary step. Knowing that you have the power and ability to call your multidimensional selves to you. Just basking in that tenderness. And it's so easy. And it's so simple. And yet it's a sign. You doing this regardless of your human understanding, bypassing your human understanding. You're evolving, even as we speak. Not only are you evolving, but everywhere you go, your DNA is shifting and changing and affecting others around you. I invite you to leave your comments about this short exercise in the comment section below. And I invite you to call your multidimensional self to you. You can call them for help as well. I think it's just so sweet that we collectively come together just for the purpose of expressing and receiving tenderness. While you're here, subscribe to my channel, hit that little bell, and it'll send you a notice every time I upload a new video. If you'd like to hear about a certain topic, leave that in the comment section below. I'm Rebecca Marina, and I'm so glad that you're evolving. Mwah.